When peace feels unfamiliar, restoration begins here. This is P.I.P.E Podcast.
Welcome back to P.I.P.E Podcast. I'm Ann. For years, I thought becoming better meant becoming someone else. Someone people would accept. Someone people would approve of. Someone people wouldn't leave. Someone strong enough to solve everybody's problems. I spent so much time trying to become the person I thought everybody else needed that I didn't really know Ann. I knew the survivor. I knew the mother. I knew the fixer. I knew the woman who could get knocked down and somehow find enough strength to stand back up again. But who was I when I wasn't surviving? Who was I when nobody needed to be rescued? Who was I when there wasn't a crisis to solve? Who was I when I wasn't trying to convince somebody to love me? Those were the questions I couldn't have answered years ago. Today, I can. And I can truly say, I like the woman I'm becoming. Actually, I love her. I don't hate the woman I used to be. Something I noticed during my healing journey is that people sometimes talk about their old selves almost like they're ashamed of them. I don't feel that way. I don't want to go back to the old Ann, but I don't hate her either. I appreciate her. That woman survived some things. She kept getting back up. She raised her children. She kept going when she didn't know how she was going to make it. She fought battles nobody knew she was fighting. There was times she didn't even want to be kept. And somehow, she kept going. So no, I don't grieve the old version of myself, but I honor her because she got me here. Healing isn't about looking backward and hating who you were. Sometimes healing is looking backward with compassion and saying, you did the best you could with what you knew. And I'll take it from here. There are even things about that woman that I want to keep. Her determination, her refusal to give up, her ability to see good in people even after people had hurt her. I don't want healing to make me hard. I don't want wisdom to make me bitter. I want to be wiser and still loving, stronger and still compassionate, protected but not closed. And that's the woman that I'm becoming. What I'm leaving behind, but there are some things I'm ready to leave behind. I'm leaving behind the belief that I'm weak. I'm leaving behind helplessness. I'm leaving behind the fear of being alone. I'm leaving behind the belief that if somebody doesn't love me, something must be wrong with me. For so long, I measured myself through other people's eyes. Do they like me? Do they approve of me? Do they need me? Do they think I'm enough? That's exhausting. Because when your worth depends on somebody else's opinion, your identity changes every time their opinion does. Today, I know something I didn't know then. I know who I am. And I know whose I am. I see myself differently now. I don't see a victim. I see a victor. I see a warrior in God's army. I see a woman who has walked through some dark places and still believes in the light. I see a woman who has been knocked down but wasn't destroyed. And I see a woman who finally understands that she has authority over her own life. That changes the walk. It changes the way you speak. It changes what you tolerate. And it changes what you're willing to sacrifice. I am no longer willing to sacrifice my peace and joy for somebody else's approval. That price is too high. I don't need what I thought I needed. One of the biggest surprises in this season of my life is realizing how little I actually needed to be happy. Years ago, I thought happiness was somewhere outside of me. Maybe if somebody loved me enough, maybe if I had certain things, maybe if people approved of me, and maybe if everything finally went according to plan, then I would be okay. But today, I can sit at home with a good book and be happy. I can work on my arts and crafts, cook a little something that I enjoy, watch myself a good movie, spend time with family and friends, and sometimes I can simply sit in silence. No drama, no crisis, no emergency, just peace. And I enjoy it. The simple things that mean more to me now because I finally know how to be present for them. I don't need things to bring me joy. I don't need another person's approval to make me happy. I don't need to be afraid that something is missing simply because I'm by myself. That is freedom for me. Meeting myself again and healing has even changed the way that I see my appearance and my femininity. There was a time when I didn't really care enough about myself. I could be slouchy, disconnected, not really thinking about how I presented myself deep down. Deep down inside, I wasn't treating myself like somebody worth caring for. Today, I see that differently. I believe that beauty comes from the inside out. And taking care of the outside isn't about proving something to anybody. It's part of honoring myself. Taking care of Ann today means caring for my mind, my body, and my soul. It means knowing I deserve love. It means knowing I already am loved. It means walking with my head held high. Not because I think I'm better than anyone, but because I finally understand who I belong to. There's a confidence that comes when you stop asking the world for permission to be who God already created you to be. And I'm learning that confidence now. What do I want for the rest of my life? So much of what I wanted was connected to survival, security, acceptance, love, protection. Now I'm asking myself a different question. What does Ann actually want? That's exciting. I want to understand my calling. I want to walk fully in the purpose that God has for me. I want to remain faithful, loyal, and humble to Yahweh as He leads me. And I want to live, really live. I talk a lot about Africa because Africa holds a special place in my heart. I want to go back. I want to experience the culture more deeply. I want to travel beyond what is familiar to me. And I want to see more of this incredible world that God has created. For years, fear made my world smaller. Now, I want to see how big God made it. If Yahweh gives me another 20 healthy years, I don't need to know exactly what every one of those will look like. That's another thing that's changed. I don't need the whole plan anymore. I want to keep growing in my walk with Him and discover where He takes me. Because every day with Him is sweeter than the day before. The little girl who survived, sometimes I think about that little girl and what she used to be. The little girl who felt unloved. The little girl who felt alone. The little girl who didn't know how her story was going to turn out. And I wonder, what would she think if she could see me today? I think she would cry. And I think I would cry too. I think she would look at me and say, "Thank you. Thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you for healing me. Thank you for finally loving me. And thank you for becoming the woman that I needed." And I would tell her, we did it. Not because everything became perfect. Not because nothing ever hurts anymore. But because pain doesn't own us anymore. Fear doesn't make our decisions anymore. And somebody else's ability or inability to love us doesn't determine whether we're lovable. We know better now. And when you know better, you can live differently. Am I happy? There's one question I was asked that sounds very simple. But when I really thought about it, I realized how powerful my answer was. And are you happy? Yes, I am. I can truly say I am happier than I've ever been before. I have a joy and a peace that are difficult to put into words. It's not because I have everything, not because everybody understands me, not because my life is perfect. I'm happy because I finally know who I am. I'm happy because I don't need somebody else's to complete me. I'm happy because I can forgive, because I can rest, because I can say no. I'm happy because I can love somebody from a distance when that's what peace requires. I'm happy because I don't have to fix everybody anymore. I'm happy because I finally understand I was never forgotten. Yahweh was with me all the time. The woman that I am today, I spent years believing I had to become someone I wasn't, just to be accepted. I spent years trying to fix everybody else's problems. I spent years looking outside of myself for something that could tell me I was enough. But the woman inside of me today knows better. She knows she is loved just as she is. She knows that she doesn't have to rescue everybody. She knows that God has all power and that He can care for people she loves without trying to control everything. She knows that being alone doesn't mean being unloved. She knows saying no doesn't make her selfish. She knows rest isn't weakness. And she knows peace is worth protecting. I'm still becoming. I'm becoming stronger. And I'm becoming healthier, less afraid, more patient, and I'm becoming more comfortable simply being in. I don't know everything that God has planned for the rest of my life. And for the first time, I don't need to know. I trust Him. I spent years trying to become someone other people would love. Today, I finally love the woman God created me to be. And if you're listening today and you don't know who you are anymore, maybe you spent so many years being somebody's mother, somebody's wife, somebody's caretaker, somebody's problem solver, somebody's everything, that you've forgotten yourself. I want you to know you're still in there. You don't have to become somebody else. Maybe healing is simply allowing God to introduce you to the person He created before survival told you who you had to be. Give yourself permission to meet her. Give yourself permission to enjoy her. Give yourself permission to live. And remember, what you're connected to will either build your life or break it. Choose joy. Choose growth. Choose peace. Choose yourself. Choose Yahweh. And most importantly, plug into positive energy. I'll see you next time.
Thank you for sitting with us today, where restoration begins.